let's go back to the beginning. You had your first fight 11 years old.
Yeah.
National champion 12 years old. Talk us through your first memories of being a boxer.
First memories of being a boxer. They're special, to be honest with you. When I first started like training at from a very young age, like I don't know, from the age of like 6, 7, 8, and then I had my first gym show, as what they call it. It's like an exhibition just to warm you up in like the case of a proper fight and a skills belt. So I had my first one of them at 10, and I can remember like the feeling of it, getting in the ring, warming up, feeling the bit of pressure. Even though it wasn't like a winner or a loser, it's just the fact that you had a bit of a crowd there and you wanted to please everybody, and showcase what you was all about. And that never leave me mind, and that was probably one of the best memories I've got in boxing.
You still got someone trying to hit you back, whether it's an exhibition
Yeah,
or
exhibition or not, you can still sort of like, you can gauge the distance of it, like you know what it's all about then. Like it just introduced you by little baby steps, and I'll never forget that.
And after that fight, with that fight you were just hooked straight away? Straight
away, like the adrenaline rush, walking to the ring, announcing your name, and like just getting the butterflies in your stomach was unbelievable.
And how does that compare to now?
That compared to now where I've got a bit older, a bit more mature, it still feels good. But back then it was something new. But now it's more about getting to your end goal. Like I know I've just started like my journey, but it's not that far away from getting where I need to be, and I just got to keep pushing on each day and keep ticking all the boxes, and hopefully I'll get there very soon.
You are only just starting, but unbelievably, you've already fought Wembley Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and a load of York Hall ones as well. What's that been like, and what were those experiences like?
That was the pinnacle for me so far, walking out in Wembley. Even though it wasn't like packed out when I was there, but it still had a lot of people in there, and Tottenham the same. And in Tottenham I managed to get a first round stoppage, and that was an unbelievable like feeling there, seeing Frank and all the Queensberry team, like they was all excited for me, and it was so good, and it felt so real just being there and looking at all the big lights and all the people there, and watching the big fight at the end of the night. It's not just the case of, oh, we'll put him on. It's the case of, well, I know he's going to look good and he can do the job, and watching them fights at the end of the night, I believe I can get there, and that's what makes it so real, just being on the undercard of it and feeling what it's all about. I know I can do it.
That night, if you go all the way back to when you were 11 doing that little skills bout, did you ever think you would have an opportunity like that?
Yes, but not so early in my career type of thing. I was picturing like maybe when I had a belt or something like that from that age, because I've always dreamed of being the best, and that's the same as any child who does boxing. They like want to go to the Olympics and then they want to be a world champion. But from a young age, I always believed that I was going to do it like in this sport and become one of the best, like in the name of British boxing. And that's why I push so hard in the gym every day, because I believe that I've got what it takes to get there and keep pushing forward and believing in myself. And I got the right team with me. I got the likes of Ben Davis and Lee Wiley and Barney-Smith, and I got the best like boxing facilities in the world near, and all the top class sparring and all the world champions in here. It's just to thrive is. Like here is the best place to learn, because you've got everything you need.
And was it Billy Joe Saunders who recommended you?
Yeah, I was thinking about going with some other coaches, and I was ringing around like all the top pros, and like I spoke to Billy Joe, and he was like, "What have you thought about Ben Davis?" And I was thinking like, would he have me like because you got some good fighters already, and I didn't know if I was like ready to be put in such a big camp in such a big stable. So he said, "No, you'll be fine. Ben will teach you a few things. It show you what it means to be a top pro." I said, "Okay, then could you probably set something up?" So we all went for food down the road in a restaurant. We had a chat, and he said, "Yeah." He said, I'm not saying you can come and train with us. He said, I've got to see what you like first and put you through a couple of things. And I've done a week's course, like an apprenticeship type of thing. And then it just went from there. And me and Ben just hit it off straight away.
Amazing. The nickname Sugar Boy Roy, inspired by Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
Is that somebody who you try to take inspiration from and sort of action in your work?
Yeah, sure, because the way he fights, the big name, the big sponsors he had, he's probably one of the biggest people to ever do boxing, and just having the nickname of him puts a lot of pressure on yourself because you've got to live up to it, and I believe I can, and I like the way, and I love the style, the way he boxed. I like the way he presented himself as a person, like not in the ring and also out, and that's what I like about him. That's why the name fitted so well.
You've also named, just in past interviews, Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward as inspirations. What do you like about them?
The good thing about them is that they know their job so well. They're never under pressure. They're always relaxed. They're always 3 or 4 moves ahead, and that shows in their performances. And I try to use that in my performances. Like, I watch little things of the both of them, and I try and capitalise on it, and keep getting better at what they do, and trying to make it better in my own way to suit me. Because not all boxers are the same, but we can all learn off one another, and learning off them good people and them big names. That's what helps push you on leaps and bounds.
Another big name training out of here, Anthony Joshua. What have you learned from him?
Just really how to carry yourself, how to train properly, how to stay focused, keeping one-minded, track to, you see a goal and then you proceed to get there at the end of it, and never lose sight of what you're doing. Just watching the way he is in the gym and he spars, he don't go in there and just do what he wants to do. He works on things over and over again, and just watching that, it helps me know that in my head, that's the things that's the things you have to do to become one of the best.
Definitely. You train, I guess you live around here as well, right round the corner from the Queensberry offices,
yeah.
Where Frank's based. What's your relationship like with Frank? I know he's definitely taken a shining to you.
Me and Frank's friends as such. I can ring him, he can ring me. If I wanted to call him now on this interview, it wouldn't be probably he'd answer the phone. We have a good relationship, we have good trust in between one another. We both have the same goal in mind. For me, I see him frequently, a lot. I'd say once or twice a month I'll pop in the office, have a quick chat with him, and the relationship's great with all the Queensberry promotion people and Frank himself.
And what's the best words of advice Frank's given you?
Stay grounded, don't look too far ahead, and don't let other people get involved in what you're doing, and stay focused. Don't look what's going on around you, just keep doing your training and you get your end results.
Perfect. What does 2024 hold for you?
24 hold for me is bigger fights, longer rounds, a couple of titles hopefully. That's the plan. That's what we're pushing towards. I'm 20 now. I'm going to fight for a youth world title after the 22nd of March. That's the plan. So not looking too far ahead. I've got to make sure that I prepare for March 22nd and get the job done. And after that, that's when the rewards start coming.
Are you still planning to be Britain's youngest world champion?
Yeah, for sure. That's still well on the cards. I'm hitting all the things I need to be doing, and it can't come fast enough, to be honest with you. I'm doing 8s and 10s rounds of sparring comfortably with good sparring partners and good people, and it shows in my performances, as you can see.
It was obviously announced that the
fighters and try and aim a bit bit higher and try and get to be like the world level a lot faster. But if anyone wants it at super feather, trust me, I'm your man.
What about Lee Wood?
Lee Wood, nah, he's a bit big at the minute.
Perfect. Just lastly, Fury Usyk prediction.
I want Fury to win so bad because if he wins and AJ wins, it'll be a big super fight for British fans. Plus all the titles come back home, like eventually in England, and I think Tyson stops him. Usyk, yeah. Later on, he's too big for him. He's too big, too strong, and I think he's just too small.
What sort of problems do you think Usyk could cause him?
Usyk could cause a little bit of problem where he's a bit smaller. He can sort of get inside a little bit more, but that also isn't a bad thing because Tyson can lean on him, but you can't let him get in his rhythm. You can't let, like, Usyk throw your rhythm off and change the timing up on you. You just got to do your thing and let him worry about what you're doing.